SPS Commerce, Retail Solutions automate that exchange of data about products, about inventory orders, shipments, payments, sales for those players, whether that's retailers, suppliers or brands, manufacturers, and of course, logistics providers. We're proud to say that we have more than 120,000 companies
Whoa.
that around the globe that rely on SPS to make their trading partner relationships more collaborative and more profitable. And I think we touched on both of those elements of collaboration and, of course, the underlying need for profitability there. So it's all about, all customers, all channels, and one connection. We feel we are the leader there as a network company that really knows retail supply chain and can be that full service partner.
Wow. So 120,000 companies worldwide.
Rely on us. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So there's a very good chance if somebody calls and says, oh God, I have to connect to this, you go, no problem. Even if it's somewhat, we mentioned some big brands out there, some big retailers, big manufacturers, but there's a very good chance that you're connected to the tier ones and the tier twos and the tier threes.
Yes, we've seen a lot, especially in North America.
Yeah. Well, it's somebody has to kind of connect these systems because we all have these great systems. Again, I always thought when I saw the transportation management system and the warehouse management system, that was the silver bullet. That's all we needed. Now there's dozens of systems connecting into those.
Yes, it's very powerful, right, within the four walls, but being able to connect to those outside parties is really fundamental for the optimization.
Yep. So let's talk a little bit about implementation. So if somebody's listening to my podcast, and by the way, they always should be doing that, and they say, oh, I want to work with SPS. What does that look like once they're talking to you guys?
Yeah, so they would work with our sales team, depending on what type of entity they are. So whether they're a buying organization or a brand or a logistics provider, either warehouse or transportation, they would work with our sales team. They would make sure that they're understanding what we offer and making sure that we understand really the scope of what they need to be able to set them up with the right, set them up with the right solution. And then they will work with a implementation or onboarding team throughout their journey to be able to configure and test and validate, make sure they're comfortable. Really, there's an education piece there too. So we will get them set up with those trading partner connections and partner with them again throughout their entire customer journey. Because as we know, there are also a lot of companies, warehouses out there that are adding, removing customers over time. And so we want to be able to be that partner for them in all cases and throughout their life cycle.
So do you onboard somebody before they need a connection? Is that how that works? Or are you doing it usually?
Typically it's typically when they have an actual connection that they want to work with. Because that's really where that power comes in. We can understand, of course, whatever, system that they're using and things like that. There's value in that. But I think the real power comes into that connectivity and being able to understand who are those connections that they need to work with. And we'll be able to help facilitate all of that on their behalf.